He said he could handle this. Oh, he's from Los Angeles.
Welcome to episode 51 of the Let's Go podcast, pop culture without the pop. I'm Kelly.
I'm Justin.
And welcome to episode 51, as I said before.
51.
51. We're on the other side of 50, so we're changing it up. Kelly's doing the intro, not Justin.
You know.
What's up with that?
Why not?
But hey, you got to change things up. You got to keep it interesting,
dude.
you know? We, that's how we do it.
Just living life, dude.
But we are not changing one thing, which is kicking things off with a tasty beer.
Yeah! Beers, all kinds of beers. Black, white, Puerto Rican, Chinese beers. Glug, 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 glug.
All right, Kelly. So you have brought to us a very special gift.
I have. I was at the local, not La Bodega, unfortunately.
La Bodega.
But that's the place to go,
Yes,
let me tell
FYI.
you. The shameless, unsponsored plug. But I was grocery shopping at Trader Joe's.
Hey.
And I was just looking around at your local TJs. And I saw this offering from Stone, a little 6-pack of cans.
Hey.
The Grapefruit Slam IPA.
All right.
And I was like, I'm not a fan of grapefruit on grapefruit on its own.
Yeah. Really?
But usually, when mixed with alcohols of some varieties, so either beer or like a Greyhound, like that's grapefruit juice and vodka. It's delicious. Okay. Then I'm okay with it.
Kind of like the Ballast Point.
Yeah.
The Sculpin.
Yep. Grapefruit Sculpin. So I'm imagining this is going to be something similar. But let's kick it off.
Let's do this. Clink.
We got a clink. There we go.
Actual clinks.
Yep. That's delicious.
Dude. I haven't had this.
Okay.
I will say I had this week a Ballast Point
Grapefruit Sculpin.
Sculpin.
How does it compare?
This is like leagues above.
Ooh, leagues above.
Leagues above, leaps above. Because as I was sitting here, I'm like, is this just going to be their sculpin jump? And I'm going to tell you, this Grapefruit Slam is good. It's tasty, dude.
It's not over grapefruity. I feel like the Ballast might be a little too grapefruity, whereas this is like you get the just right amount. And obviously you get the IPA like kind of tanginess, but the grapefruit really just kind of softens the blow, to be honest, of like a typical IPA. Like the acidity, I guess, is what you would call it.
Yeah, but I feel like they're using the peel in it. The grapefruit peel. Maybe that's what they're doing different.
Getting the orange, or not the orange, the oil from the skin.
Because like I'm still like on the aftertaste.
Oh yeah, it's
still
all
there.
grapefruit now.
Oh man, that's really good.
Yeah, now that I'm sitting here talking and getting some air on my tongue, it's all grapefruit, but it's good.
Yeah, this
it's
is
still not overpowering. It's a good compliment.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you could drink this for breakfast.
Instant rating.
You know what I'm saying? Instant rating?
Yeah.
It's a Let's Go, dude. This is a freaking good beer.
A solid Let's Go?
Yeah, it's a solid Let's Go. It's it's not changing the game again. It's just another IPA, but it's
like my eyes didn't pop out of my head, but it's like, ooh, that's good.
It actually is surprising in the sense it's not what I thought it was going to be, and so I'm actually really like, oh, I'm actually really liking this, and I think that I might have a new little go-to. I don't know, like, oh, I'm going to pick that up again.
Fair enough.
I really like it, dude.
I'm down like Charlie Brown. So let's do it.
Yeah, they don't. It's something they're not always going to be putting it out, right?
Yeah, it was a limited. I mean, the pricing definitely screamed. This is a limited release, so get it now because it was not cheap for a 6-pack of cans.
Yeah,
so
you got that pine, you got that citrus, like
you get the hops, that kind of piney flavor.
It's been 5 years since they've made it.
Yeah, I did. I think I read the can one winter day.
Dang.
But
might hear some singing in the background.
Yeah, you may hear some singing or babies crying. We're in the studio. It's just phantom sounds that just. No, I'm just kidding. Studio's in my house, obviously. So
we didn't talk about. Well, you weren't a new dad yet. Kelly's already a dad. But on the last episode,
yes,
we were waiting.
Yes, we were waiting. It might have been like the day before.
I think so.
It was.
This
I think I just looked at the
15th or
date,
something?
and it was in the early teens.
about a month ago.
And Baby Boy came on the 17th.
Excellent.
So obviously we took a little bit of a hiatus, just getting used to that 2-kid life for me. Justin's already used to that, but
yeah, I just throw them in the room.
his kids are older now. They can entertain themselves. Now I'm like, I have a toddler who loves to be entertained, and
is quite entertaining.
and is quite entertaining, and a newborn who just depends on you for every single thing in life. So
And it's good.
it's great.
good.
I am not complaining.
That's why you should drink beers.
You're right. That's
I
why.
need to have a beer now.
That's why beer is. That's why beer exists.
So, anyways, give a little peel the curtain back a little bit, much like you peel this
Yes.
grapefruit and put it in a beer.
Expose a little bit of my life to you
like-
guys.
I like grapefruit.
I do too. It's good.
You were saying you're not a big fan of grapefruit.
Not on its own. Not on its own. Like if someone's giving me like brunch and
Really?
gives me a half a grapefruit, I'm most likely not going to touch
Put a
it.
little bit of sugar on it. Maybe some
Okay.
agave, like
If you sweeten it a little bit, I'm just
Yeah.
the grapefruit on its own is a little too much for me.
Yeah, it's weird,
Yeah.
but
It's super weird that like my daughter, she eats lemons, like just wedges.
they don't know, dude.
Yeah. She's like, I want another one.
Nope.
I was like, you're
You're
crazy, kid.
Not good. So, anyways, this. What are you giving it?
I
to the-
I
the
completely
Stone,
agree. Yeah, I
Grapefruit
completely agree with the let's go rating.
Yeah.
It's not like I said, it doesn't make me like go like, oh my gosh, this just changed the game. But however, it is a good tasty beer. So it's a good solid let's go, which
Yeah.
is not a bad rating by any means. I highly recommend picking it up, especially if it's a limited release.
I was gonna say, if
you
it's
might have to
limited,
wait
get
another
it.
5 years.
Yeah, if it's limited, anytime you see something limited and you like, oh, you've heard something good about it.
Pardon me, that was
Yeah,
my phone.
jump on that.
Jump on it.
Yeah. So okay, so now we're still talking about beers here for a second.
Yeah.
Not that we have had this here. Like,
We have not
in
had it on the
room.
show, but I
I
saw
don't
that
think you can. I don't think you can.
No.
It's just brewed for send it. I think they just send it straight to the
Send
restaurants.
kegs out.
So I was able to get some Pliny the Younger. Elder, it's still hard to get, but I
Elder
got,
pops in a couple local stores. I follow a couple, and they have like limited one, and usually by the time
I
I
found
get
out.
around, they're
Can
gone.
I tell you this?
Ooh.
If you do go to La Bodega,
Secrets.
and you have to be local.
Secrets.
But La Bodega, I talked to the guy there, and he's all, if they're making like a case like on their Instagram, they're like, hey, go check out, we got Pliny, limit one. He's all, if you go there, and he's all, we're out. He's all, just ask us. We might have a couple in the back because they don't throw them all out because people get kind of like, I saw 2 guys roll up in there and like, oh, I'm gonna get mine. I'm gonna get mine. They had their own, which I mean you can, but it was like people start sending their crews. He said, just ask us. We might have some in the back.
All right.
It's food for thought.
Yeah.
I mean, all they can say is no.
Right.
And then you buy another tasty beer.
Yeah.
But so Russian River, they have that Pliny the Younger, and that's very hard to get. And so it's February. It's about time for it to come out, and it's their triple IPA. It's really good though, dude. I got some at the Salted Pig on Saturday.
Ooh.
Wasn't planning on going there, but like
It
that's
just
where we
happened.
headed up, and they're like, I'm like, wait, what? They had a whole bunch of stuff from Russian River there. It wasn't just Pliny the Younger. They had Pliny the Elder as well, and they had a few other things. I think I got I'm trying to remember the other beer that I got from them. I don't remember because I tried that and then I got something else.
Oh.
Yeah.
Double dipping, huh?
Yeah, I was out with the wife. It was our Valentine's Day hangout. That's what we did. We're like, let's go out now because
That's a good idea.
who's got time on Thursday,
avoiding all the silliness that is like restaurants jacking up their prices, being like 2 hours
Wait,
overbooked.
do they?
Oh yeah. Like some of them move to we're moving to a set menu, and then they charge you just a flat rate, but it's like $25, $50.
Well,
Stupid stuff.
That's garbage. Oh, I had supplication is what I had.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that was nice.
But is that Russian River as well?
Yeah. Russian River has some good stuff. But I just tried that. I was like, they had like a whole Russian River thing. The river was flowing at the Salted Pig, and so I had that. And I would I'm gonna give Pliny the Younger. That's a gotta go. If you see it on a wall and you're like Pliny the Elder, get it. It's a tasty triple IPA. I mean, you can get triple IPA, but they don't just make it all the time because it's a lot of work to make it. So it takes a lot of space, and so That's why it comes out. So they don't. I guess they could probably build a whole new facility and just keep pumping it out and probably sell more. But they're more of like, hey, we do this for the craft.
Did I ever tell you I did a polar bear swim in the Russian River on New Year's Day of 2015?
Really? Mm-hmm. Why?
Why? I was just staying at a cabin with a friend.
Like,
Christy and I were on our like delayed honeymoon.
Yeah.
And we drove up the coast.
Oh, with Sean?
Yep. We were visiting our good friend, my good buddy Sean, up in Northern California. And we ended up going to a cabin that would belong to a friend of his on the Russian River.
Woo.
And we're like, hey, let's get crazy. Let's go do a polar bear swim in the Russian River. And it was mighty cold.
Really? I think I would do that.
But that area is beautiful. It was awesome.
I think I would jump in.
It made a memory in my head, you know.
Yeah, it was cold.
I can't remember New Year's days for most years, but that one definitely stuck out.
Yeah. All right.
It was great.
That would be kind of a fun thing to do.
It was.
Like, what if you do like a tradition of like every New Year's Day?
We got to start it.
We're gonna start it with
Let's figure it
just
out.
a blast, like a cold blast. I don't know. Do you wear shorts or you just go straight like?
Oh,
baby,
yeah,
baby
we
New,
did.
Do you go Baby New Year style?
No, I did. Did underoos.
Underoos.
It was weird because his kids were there, but
You had under? Oh, just your underwear.
Yeah.
Oh, the under. Oh, you
boxers.
Oh, I was like,
because I didn't have
that got
swim
me
trunks.
excited. I was like, you wear like Superman underoos?
No.
Just
I
jump
didn't.
in?
I didn't have swim trunks, so I was just like, all right, well, boxers, no big deal. It covers the same as a swimsuit.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
That's what my bathing suit covers. So nice. Okay, well, Pliny the Younger, good stuff. And then I would also just plug away a little bit. Like, so on our Instagram every Friday we kind of do a fermentation Friday.
Fermentation.
And so maybe we'll add. We try to throw a few more things because these aren't the only beers that we'll have during the month. But we will kind of highlight some of the ones that we had. Like I think last week I put out Metaplex from Unsung Brewing, and they're all cool. I want us to go. They're in Anaheim. They're next to the oh gosh, I think it's I can't think of the name of it now. The packing house. They're near over there.
Okay.
And their whole like thing is like kind of comic book inspired stuff, which duh, I'm a nerd, so there you go.
Nerd.
But yeah, this was a really tasty little IPA that they had. It had like papaya and blueberry like notes all over it.
Ooh.
It was good. Anyways, we're throwing those on the Instagram. So if you're not following us on Instagram, go do it. 'Cause we'll put some little fun things out there, some throwbacks and some. Hey, here's some good show to watch. Like,
we got Music Mondays.
Music Monday, which that's been really fun.
What's our Tuesdays?
Tuesdays is actually like a show day if we're releasing a show. So Tuesdays are kind of blank sometimes.
All right.
So
Fair
there
enough.
you go. No pressure. But Wednesdays is Watch Wednesday. Like, hey, what are you watching? What's a good thing to watch?
Watch It Wednesday.
It could be like a TV show. It could be a movie. It could be like a documentary, whatever. And
I
then
like it.
Thursdays is a throwback to something, whatever,
All right.
in pop culture. So like, I think last week was like a throwback to the Beatles. Like, hey, back, it was, and I think it was like this day in history type of thing. Sometimes it could be like a this day. Sometimes it could be just like, remember this? So like, I think yesterday's throwback was Freaks and Geek.
Freaks and Geeks.
Freaks and Geeks.
There was
like,
one single solitary geek.
Yeah, one geek. They're freaks.
All
and
the
geeks.
freaks and one geek.
It's funny when you think about that show. Like, it's such a good show. It just didn't catch on. I feel like it was on now. It would really catch on.
Oh yeah, I mean you have all those. You have those. I mean, look at half the cast is like extremely popular. Actors or actresses.
Well, that's what I was
now.
gonna say. You have like Seth Rogen. You got James Franco. You got Jason Segel. You got Linda Cardellini, and so all those peeps. And then like you got a few other guys. You got I can't think of his name. Martin. Is it Martin something? He was in like he's my favorite character on that show. Which is got Bill. Bill Haverchuck, whatever, Haverchuck. But he's like now like he played like the weird like teacher in Spider-Man: Homecoming. But he's friends with all those cats because the one who played Sam, who was like the brother to Linda Cardellini's character, he's like producing. I think he wrote Spider-Man: Homecoming, and he's been writing stuff. I think he's gonna work on the Flash movie. And then so, anyways, like all these guys are just like doing big things. And so, if you're a fan of their stuff, like this show, so good, man.
Do
it's
a little
like,
flashback.
It's like a crime that this show didn't catch on. I love that. I think I'm gonna like jump on that one.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never seen it.
Oh, are you serious?
I know the cast was
Oh, man.
extraordinary and all the popular people now.
This show
But
is a gotta go.
I've never seen it. Okay.
It's a gotta go
All right.
show. It's only like only 17 episodes, I think, because they got
I am
canceled.
following your advice and I will watch it.
Dude, you'll love it. You'll be like, what? It's such a good show. It's kind of like Wonder Years ish.
Okay.
But the 80s version.
Beautiful.
And it's funny. It's like a drama comedy. It's fun. Anyways.
dramedy.
So you'll do that. We'll like throw some stuff. Like I think this week's Watch It Wednesday was Scott Pilgrim. You can watch that on Netflix.
yeah.
That's just a fun movie. Like just trying to throw some
dude,
things out
I
there
hadn't
that are
seen
fun.
Scott Pilgrim till like last year.
Are you serious? And isn't it great?
Yeah. I was like,
I'm
where,
like-
where has this movie been? This is awesome.
Yeah, I think people again this slept on it. We were like, what is this all about? And
Yeah.
it's just so again. I sometimes I throw a little shade at people, throw a little bit of snark because it's fun. It's not hateful. It's just keep things
Right.
electric. It's got all your favorite people.
Yeah.
And Michael Cera.
There you go. And Michael Cera.
I don't know. I feel like he was miscast, but he wasn't terrible in the movie.
No.
I don't not like him. I just feel like he's just always Michael Cera.
Yeah.
So
He's I don't want to say one trick pony, but kind of. Like,
Kinda. He's just
you
like,
haven't
oh,
seen him do
yeah,
anything
yeah.
extraordinary. He's just
Oh,
like,
that's great.
hey, Michael, be yourself.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just all you gotta do.
That's all.
And I love what was the movie he did with Superbad.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Superbad's hilarious.
Superbad's the greatest. Okay, so speaking of which, I'm segueing, Kelly.
Segue
So
away.
if you're on the Instagram and you're checking it
Segue
out,
away.
and so Kelly talked about it. Our Music Mondays, dude. Music Monday is fun. We got to throw out a record that like we hope that you would listen to. That's good. We're trying to do new releases on this, so
Yeah.
that as current as possible. Kelly, what was this Monday's Music Monday?
This last Monday's was Feral Roots from Rival Sons.
Yeah,
Holy moly.
yeah.
It's quickly just, it literally, I think that's my go-to now that I get in the car. It's either that or there's another recommendation that I will talk about very quickly. But I want to express my gotta go-ness of the Feral Roots
Yeah.
by Rival Sons. And pretty much any Rival Sons record that I've heard has not been bad. The last, I believe I talked about their previous album. I can't remember the title of it currently, but I talked about it on one of our previous shows quite a while ago. But man, it is good stuff. Like everyone's getting pumped on like Greta Van Fleet and thinking like, oh man, they sound like Led Zeppelin or whatever. Yeah, like it has that classic rock flair. Well, Rival Sons just tramples Greta Van Fleet in my opinion. Tramples. Just great, kind of gritty, bluesy rock and roll. Just amazing.
Yeah, it's really good. It's because it's typically not the type of style of like rock music I'll go for.
Right.
But I gave it a good listen. I think it was like their 2016 record. I don't know. I think it was something like that was kind of out for a minute.
Okay.
And I don't know. But it's really good. And oh man, what's his name? The guy Jay Buchanan, the singer. He's got a good like soulful voice. Like
yeah, they're from like Long Beach, LA area.
Are they really?
Yeah.
If I would listen to it, I would have been like, oh, these guys are from like Kansas or something.
Christy was telling me that he was in some kind of other band. I'm trying to remember the name, but I can't for the life of me. Hollow Bones was the 2016 release that I was also a very big fan of.
I think that's the one we talked about.
I'm also really hip to the production on it. Dave Cobb does all the Rival Sons records, which I mean he's worked on.
We know
we know
David Cobb,
but wrong David Cobb. I wish I knew that Dave Cobb. I mean, I love the other David Cobb.
Yeah.
But Dave Cobb has worked on Chris Stapleton, Sturgill Simpson, pretty much anything I've listened to.
There's your guy.
Yeah. Everything that I've been listening to lately. Shooter Jennings.
Okay.
Like you name it, Dave Cobb's been working on it, so he's been.
Shooter Jennings, you gotta watch Punisher.
I know.
Season 2.
Somebody told me that Shooter Jennings is playing in a bar that the Punisher's at. We'll segue to the Punisher in a minute because Justin's covered that one.
Yeah,
but the second record that I just found and hasn't really like it's been between that and Rival Sons is a band called Beast in Black.
Dude, okay, I'm so glad you brought that up.
And the album's called From Hell with Love.
Yeah.
It's you'll understand why. I mean, it's a metal record, but it's like taking all the best Judas Priest and then smashing them together with like Dragon Force, but like not so fast.
Not so many dragons.
It's got like keyboards. It's got the like vocals. It's got like rockin' riffs.
Yeah.
And what's amazing is like I didn't know their guitar player actually recorded and produced everything, and it sounds phenomenal.
Yeah.
That is such a cool record. It's so fun. It's just fun. Like it's like listening to Dragon Force. Like this is just fun.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so here's what I wanted to present to you, because you told me to listen to it.
Yeah.
Kelly texted me, and I put it on, and I'm like, this is freaking great. It's because I don't know. I don't want to, and I'm not trying to disrespect the band or anything like that. I feel like it's very, like they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like it's very tongue in cheek, maybe.
Possibly.
I don't know. Do you think so? I mean,
they're from a strange country like Norway or
Sweden. They look like it. Like there's a lot of like accents on their names if you look them up and stuff.
Yeah.
But
so I mean, I get it. So where like that could be just their thing right now.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like Steel Panther's like a joke.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Do you think they're more in line with Dragon Force or more in line with Steel Panther? Steel Panther is like, yeah, we know we're trying to be in glam 80s.
I think
metal
Dragon
band.
Force is still kind of that way too.
Really?
I think I get the what you're saying about it being tongue in cheek, because it's like it's very much throwback-ish to that kind of feel, era, whatever. I really don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I just enjoy the crap out of it. And it's great.
If you're on Spotify and you look, they do this like, hey, where people listen. A lot of it's like Finland.
Yeah, I think that's probably where they're from then.
It's just kind of funny. Like
it reminds me of there was a band called 3 Inches of Blood that was kind of a little more modern musically, but then their vocals were kind of like that. Yeah, like old kind of butt rock, I guess you would call it, hair metal, whatever. So, well, no, that wasn't even butt rock. That was like more like Judas Priest, Dio, that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Like the vocals are kind of that kind of feel, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
but it's fun. I mean,
it's a gotta go for me.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't give
I was
high
gonna
ratings
say.
like that, but it's awesome.
okay, wait. So going back real quick, because we didn't give ourselves a, well, I don't know. For Rival Sons, what was the rating for?
It was a gotta go as well.
Gotta go. Okay, for me, I felt like it was a let's go. Definitely if you're into rock, but
Totally
for this
fine.
thing, yes. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, I feel like my pick. Maybe this should be our pick of the week next week for Music Monday.
It will.
But Beasts
it
in
will
Black is freaking amazing.
It will be.
Like you're gonna want to like fight dragons. You're gonna want to like maybe do some push-ups, and I don't know, drive a very fast Trans Am like on a freeway. I don't know, man. It's gonna make you do all those things because it's. And please just Google them. Google what they look like. Homeboy looks like Morpheus from The Matrix, and the cast of Wayne's World. It just looks great, dude.
I just got more excited because they have an album back in 2017. And the title of said album is Berserker.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
No.
Is it based on like Saint Clerks? Berserker?
I would hope, but that would be awesome. I'm actually going to add it to my Apple Music playlist currently, and I will give that a spin too. But I just, that excited me. I should have. I didn't even look at back catalog. I've spent so much time on this record.
So for their most current record, From Hell with Love.
Yeah.
From Hell with Love. This Valentine's Day.
From Hell
for the one you love. So I just want to read some of these titles. Cry Out for a Hero. I don't know what that even like. Whatever. Cry Out for a Hero.
Right.
From Hell with Love.
Die by the Blade.
Die by Unlimited Sin. My favorite is this. Killed by Death. Like how awesome is that?
There was a band called Murder by Death, wasn't there?
Dude, Murder by Death's a good band.
Oh.
Check that band out,
right.
dude. Like if you just
Side recommendation.
side recommendation as we go into the rabbit hole. Yeah, but yeah, Berserker, dude, that looks good. Like Zod the Immortal. Hell for all eternity. Like all right.
Before Zod.
Eternity. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about Zod. Kneel. I will rule this Houston. So, anyways, that's fun, dude. That's you definitely have to be in a mood. That's not like you're like, hey,
No, that's like I'm going to go out and do some yard work, and then you're going to weed whack the crap out of your yard right then. You're just going to have some.
We should start a metal band that's just all about doing household chores. It's called Weed Whack the Hell. It's like. That would be the funniest thing.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, just metal for hard work, and that's the title of the record.
I like
just
it.
like dudes wearing like gloves and stuff. It's
and
like,
just have like sound effects of like steel hitting steel. as you're like snare
First
drum.
track. It's called preparation, you know, and it's then like
gassing up.
You know. There's a track. Have you ever been weed whacking? Have you ever? You know how sometimes the cord will break off? Have you ever been hit in the leg with that?
Oh, yeah, that hurts.
Before I leave today, I'm going to show you. I still have a scar
Oh, my goodness.
on my leg from being weed whacked. I've been weed whacked myself. It's not pleasant. It
you
freaking
said,
hurt.
I'm not a weed.
I'm not a weed. That's a song right there. I'm not a weed. I'm not a weed. I'm a man.
Oh, man. Too much fun.
If we don't write that record, then we suck. But
We're
anyways.
silly.
Yeah, so check all those bands out. But definitely, if you have to check one thing out, check out Beast in Black.
Yeah.
Especially if you like really goofy heavy metal stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And we've talked about it forever, and it has come out since then. The White Lies album 5. I'm gonna touch on that real quick.
Yeah, no, do that.
I love White Lies. Don't get me wrong. I was more of a fan of the last album than this one. However, there's nothing bad about 5. It's good. It's a good, solid Let's Go. Not a Gotta Go. Friends was a Gotta Go, in my opinion. It was such a good record. It seems like they're kind of like a little up and down, but it's not like a drastic like, oh my gosh, that was terrible.
It almost felt like a background record.
Right. It's good.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with it, but it didn't like make me like open my eyes and go like,
I mean,
oh
if I had a
gosh.
choice, if it was like listen to 5 by White Lies
or Friends
or
by White Lies,
there you go, or Ariana Grande, I would pick White Lies,
hands down.
Yeah. Side note, another side note. We've had many. So the night that me and my wife went out to Salted Pig the other day, she's playing a lot of Ariana Grande. I don't know why.
And you started liking it?
No, I didn't start liking it. I'm just like, it was starting to put me in a mood. Like I was like, what's this all about? You know?
You're feeling the teenage angst again.
No, I was like, I'm like, why? I love you. Why are you doing this to me,
babe? I thought we saw eye to eye on things.
And so, deep down in my core, I'm like, I got to say something, but I didn't. Excuse me, but I think she recognized my silence as like, you know how silence is more like,
sometimes
it says everything you need to say.
Speaks more. Yeah.
So she changed it to like a different. Like a playlist that we've kind of made, kind of like our night. We have like this nighttime driving playlist.
Okay.
So she changed it. I was like, okay, thanks, babe. It's like some Portishead. It's got some
Massive Attack. She was posting on the story.
Oh, was she? Oh, okay.
And I was like, dude, I love that song. Dude, I love that song.
There you go.
I was like, these are like sexy time songs right now.
No, we were just driving around.
Setting the mood.
We were just driving around.
Yeah.
Going to Salt's Pig. But anyways, yeah. So it just reminds me of like the worst. I was like, I don't know where that comes from. Like everyone has their guilty pleasures. I will say,
please say,
like on my old iPod, like I don't have, no one has an iPod anymore. I wish I did.
Well, we do technically, but it's inside our phones.
Our phone. It's inside our hearts. But I remember my big black brick of an iPod.
Oh yeah, dude, I miss mine.
Yeah, and I had some playlists, and I did have this kind of like Britney Spears playlist, right?
All right. Well,
there's a couple songs on there, but
I'm not gonna lie.
It was kind of like not because like, oh, I just really need to jam out on some Britney Spears. It was kind of an ironic playlist, right? I used to do these CDs I'd put out, and they just say J Rock and Booty Jam. Like I just put number 5. It's a number, didn't mean anything. I didn't have a succession. You're like, where's 1 through 4? Never made those. Just made 5. Like
just 5 was the 5th
funny.
iteration.
Anyways, my wife wants to listen to this, and that's what I'm getting at. And so,
voluntarily,
yeah, voluntarily. Like this is
why?
a choice. This is a choice that you've made. Like into our marriage, you decided to bring Ariana Grande into it, and I don't know if I'm good with that. So there we go.
I don't know if this is cool, baby.
I don't know if I'm cool. So anyways, that being said, go listen to
White Lies.
Yeah, go listen to White Lies, which I give that record a go, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not awful, but it didn't set me on fire.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I was. It's on this side of go.
Yeah, it's on this side of go. So here's something I want to put out there, and maybe next time we do a show, we can do it. Because I was talking to Matt Ritchie the other day after you guys were hanging out.
Yes.
He's like, me and Kelly just went down a well of like 90s music.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, we need to do a totally 90s episode.
Absolutely.
So put that in your brain, your little brain bank, and we will do that. All 90s, all episode.
I'm not even talking 90s music. We got to go 90s TV shows.
Oh, okay. Dude, let's do it.
Dude, we could create like a month worth of podcasts. Like 4
shows.
2 to 4 podcasts just based on genre.
Top
like,
10 bands of the 90s, top 10 TV shows, top 10 movies.
That's so hard because the music in the 90s spanned from like hair metal through grunge to like
new metal crap.
Yeah.
But you only picked the top 10 best.
I know.
And what if we have different things?
Because I love hair metal.
Yeah, I know. So you go from 1990 all the way to 99. That is, it definitely, it hits the gamut. You're like, oh, shoot. Like, there's some stuff.
Yeah.
But you already know you're not going to put like Limp Bizkit on that list, right?
Oh, I don't know. Dude, $3 Bill, y'all, still a classic in my opinion.
Oh my
Just like the first Corn record. I know you don't like Corner Biscuits, as you always say.
Corn Biscuits too.
But the first albums by both of those, maybe the second ones are like, okay.
Okay, so we're going to save that for that show.
Yeah.
Maybe episode 52, we might be jumping into the 90s. All right. So let me just tell you, though, that would be freaking great. I think we should do that. Why did I bring that up?
I don't know.
I brought that up because we should do that show because Matt was telling me.
Yes.
Me and Kelly just went down a well, so I think that would be really fun. So I'm putting it out there, putting it out in the ethers. So there you go.
And that's Matt Ritchie from the Let's Go Comic Show.
From @Matt Ritchie on Twitter. Hit him up.
Part of the Let's Go Comic Network.
The Let's Go Podcast
Let's Go Podcast Network. Let's Go Comic Show
is on that network.
Bing, bang, boom.
Boom. All right. So let's jump into some shows. Did you end up watching on Netflix? They have the FYRE Fest. Did you watch that documentary?
I did not watch the documentary.
Okay.
But I know the whole backstory of that whole thing. And it was funny. There is another extremely popular podcast that we're listening to that had Travis Barker on.
Yeah, and Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk. I mean, no one's not going to know.
Like, oh, great, he listens to Joe
off.
Rogan, like turn it off. But he was talking about how he was like they were actually going to play FYRE Fest or something.
They were the first people to back out when you knew like, oh, shoot.
Yeah. So I was just like, oh, man. Because travel for him, he doesn't fly anymore.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Because of the accident.
Yeah, because of his accident. So it was interesting to hear, like, when he has to go to Europe, he takes the Queen Mary, and so it takes him, like, 2 weeks, but he brings his kids and stuff. So that's great. But just, like, traveling to, the Bahamas? So he had to, like, probably, like, drive all the way to Florida. So that's, like, a 5-day drive, and then, like, take a boat for however long. So I think, they backed out, and then just created a disaster. So
that's what I was wondering. How the heck is he going to get there? Because he'll take a boat to like Europe. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. So real quick rundown. You got to watch this. I know it's been out for a little bit, so people have kind of all seen it. But I'm telling you, even if you know the story that it got canceled, the whole way it went down it's like you're just like how much worse can this get? How much worse can this get?
Wasn't like Ja Rule or something involved?
Okay, and that's the thing. As soon as Ja Rule is involved with anything, just back out. Yeah. Just say, hey, wait, who's involved? Ja Rule? Because the whole time, the whole
when was
time
the last hit he had 20 years ago?
Yeah,
okay, I'm good.
Like right. Ja Rule, dude, he was so excited to be a part of this. You almost feel bad because he's just like, yeah, I'm Ja Rule. Like he's hanging out. They're filming commercials to like promote this thing.
Oh Lord,
and he's excited. He's just like, all right, let's do this. He's like, this is his life. He's
I wish I was DMX.
Yeah, I'm part of me's like, why did you guys like partner up with Ja Rule? Like, anyways, watch the thing. I'm not gonna get into all the details, but if you haven't seen the FYRE Fest thing on Netflix, watch it. I haven't watched the Hulu one yet. I want to watch it.
There's 2 different versions?
Yeah, they both have their own versions.
Huh.
And I think I've heard the Hulu one actually has interviews with the dude that was setting it up, but
okay.
It is a dumpster fire of a mess. And it's beautiful how it unrolls. And there is some stuff where you're like, this cat asked people to do things, and there's this one guy who was willing to do something so terrible and vile and violating because this guy asked him, hey man, we need to get a break on like water. And the guy was like, all right, I'll do it. And you're just like, you just watch the show. And then when you watch the show, this thing will come up and you're like, was it that? And I'm gonna be like, yep. It's pretty nuts. Anyways, watch that show. It's on Netflix. Freaking great. Also on Netflix, and I'm not gonna spoil this because we just talked about it on the comic show last week.
Okay.
But Punisher season 2 is really good. First, it's definitely a slow burn, but I think because I think if you binge it, if you binge the show, it probably isn't as such a burn. But I did 2 here, 3 here, 2 here, and then took a break for a week. I think I like it better than the first season.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and there's definitely more Punisher-y like violence going on because that's the one thing. Like he seemed so like not kind, but like okay, I'm trying to help this lady and whatever,
right.
Polite. On this one, he's just like crime. There is a point where he literally beats the crap out of some Russian like dude in a weight room. It's pretty gnarly, dude. Anyways. I'm giving The Punisher season 2.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
And in all the Marvel Netflix shows, the interesting thing, they haven't canceled this show yet. Like usually the show comes out and they're like, we're canceling the Daredevil, we're canceling Iron Fist, Luke Cage, whatever. They haven't come out yet and said we're canceling Punisher.
I don't understand Luke Cage. Like why they canceled it.
Did we talk about this?
Yeah, we've talked about it. I know Disney's launching their own thing.
Yeah, they have their own thing. I think it's just a competition thing. I don't think it was like, we're going to get rid of these shows. My only issue is like, man.
Well, Iron Fist I can understand because I just think all around that show was just not.
It just wasn't. Second season was better.
Okay.
I'll say. But it still wasn't enough for you to be like, oh, I'm on board with Iron Fist. But I will say Luke Cage, there's this huge, of all the shows that got canceled, there's a thread that's just dangling. I'm like, you guys, you can't set him up as the new like kind of like mob boss of Harlem,
right?
And not let us like finish that. So there are some rumblings and rumors, and I don't know all the details of contracts because it just bores me after a while after you read it. But Hulu is going to start doing some Marvel shows. Okay, like Kevin Smith's writing the Howard the Duck animated show that's going to come out, and there's some other people doing things.
That'd be sweet.
But I don't know. I know that Netflix has like since it's their shows, they can't do anything else for a couple years. Right. You can't use the characters anywhere else since it was their shows. Unless, I'm wondering if they just pick up the show, hey, we're going to do season 4 of Daredevil. Can they continue on? Is that how it works? I don't know. I don't know how all that works. But Hulu Disney's going to have a huge ownership in Hulu because they bought Fox. Fox had a huge like ownership in Hulu. So since Fox is going to be absolved into Disney's going to put like kind of their more mature stuff on Hulu. They're not going to put it on their like app. Okay. Like that's for Star Wars, Marvel, and Disney stuff. So maybe it can end up there. I don't know. I think they should put in the comics. There's a thing called Heroes for Hire. That's what Luke Cage and Iron Fist are. They're the Heroes for Hire. Okay. But you can also bring in like Misty Knight and what's the other, Colleen. They can be the daughters of the dragon. Okay. Anyways. There you go.
Side note.
Again, we have a lot of side notes on this episode. That's the title of the show. Cool. A lot of side notes. So, Kelly, how is Mickey Mouse Clubhouse?
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, yeah.
It's good.
No. It's okay. I've there is actually some cartoons that I'm like, I don't mind watching this. This is cool. There's one that if we're talking Disney, PJ Masks, I don't get it.
What?
PJ Masks. It's like these kids that dress up as in their pajamas, but they're like animals. They become these animals like owl, owlette, and gecko and catboy. No. So they have these like superhero strengths.
Oh wait, is that the little guys that you always see them at Target? Like a big picture of it?
Probably.
Blue mohawk goggles.
Yeah. Okay. They're all trying to like. I don't get it because like the villains stay the same, which is annoying. They just have different scenarios. Like, oh, I invented this thing and it's doing this thing. So that's kind of annoying. Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, you're kids. Do you sleep? Do you not do things? Like, there's one that I really like called Puppy Dog Pals. I know this show took that was funny. The show took a really weird turn, but no, it was funny because it's Harlan Williams. Do you remember the comedian? Oh yeah, he created the show, and he's like the voice of one of the characters. And it's, these two pugs, and they do like go on little adventures and stuff. It's just kind of amusing. It's funny. It has its funny moments. And then my daughter loves Vampirina. It's a little vampire family from Transylvania that moved to Pennsylvania. And
your daughter's kind of metal, dude. She's playing some ghost game. She's like, Uncle Justin, there's a ghost.
Yeah, I know.
She's like, it's pretty cool, man.
But yeah, so that show is cool. It's got good music. Like we actually listen to music on the way to her sitter and stuff, and she rocks out. She starts singing. It's great. It gets her pumped up, which gets me pumped up. So that's cool. And like she's actually interested in singing and she wants to play like so it's great. Anyways,
Yeah.
total tangent about Disney. I did actually now that I'm thinking about
Wait,
it.
what was the dog show again?
Puppy Dog Pals.
I like Puppy Dog Pals.
Dude, serious.
Gotta go.
It's great. No, I mean it's like a Let's Go. I still haven't seen a Disney cartoon that I'm like, this is fantastic. But anyways, I did watch the Big Mouth. They did a Valentine's Day special.
Gosh. Big Mouth, dude.
Absolutely hilarious as usual. If you haven't seen Big Mouth, this is not for children.
Yeah, don't watch it.
I'm going to preface it, not for children.
Don't watch it, Justin Party. Don't have your kids.
Yeah, don't let your kids watch it.
Don't let your kids show my kid.
Oh, no.
Blast on blast. Just kidding. All right.
But anyways, yeah, so they did put out a little Valentine's special. It's like a little 45-minute episode. It's flipping hilarious. I enjoyed it immensely. But that's about the limit of streaming TV that I've been able to watch because, as you have said, I've been watching Disney Channel or working or
Like
et cetera,
all
et
day.
cetera, et cetera. AD all day.
Yeah.
Working.
So,
Movies.
Yeah, I saw Lego Movie 2,
Okay.
which came out last week. I got to see it like at a little sneak preview.
Ooh. Snake
Really fun. Did you
previews.
see Lego Movie?
I did.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
It's fun, huh?
It's cool. Like I liked that. Like I liked that they even just tied it to like real world, like having Will Ferrell and
Yeah.
the Craggle and like all that stuff. Like
so they have that this time, obviously, because we know people exist in this thing now,
right.
And it's kind of like a story. I won't spoil anything. I'll say the movie's Let's Go. It's really fun. Will Ferrell, like you don't see him in it this time. You hear his voice a few times.
Right.
Like I don't know. They couldn't get him, so they probably recorded it like in a room. But I'm gonna spoil one thing, and I don't care. So you meet his wife,
Spoil away.
and his wife is Maya Rudolph.
All right.
And there you go.
That's cool.
There's a funny scene where she steps on a Lego, and you're like, "Thank you." Freaking hurts. Freaking hurts. stepping on a Lego.
Justin understands.
Yeah, I know, dude.
I went into your kid's room.
and it's just Lego, right?
I was like honestly taken aback a little bit. I was like, holy crap. I thought I had a lot of Legos when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Your kid's entire room is like shelf after floor after desk of Legos.
They like Lego, man. And it's been kind of a,
I don't deny.
as a parent, you're going to grow up and be a parent one day. All y'all listening. You're all, I'm not a parent yet.
Yeah.
And
I'm 12.
being like, here's the thing, Legos can be pricey at sometimes depending on
They can.
whatever. Amazon's the way to go, by the
Yeah.
way. But what I've learned is Lego. I mean, I don't know when kids grow out of Lego. I have like a 11-year-old, 12-year-old nephews. They're still playing with Lego, and so it's kind of fun. A lot of grown-ups like Lego now. It's like a thing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it feels like a worthwhile investment in these toys.
Spider-Man still like Legos.
Who?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man likes Lego.
How they had to put together the Death Star. Or whatever.
Dude, I love putting Lego stuff together with my kid. So
It's
part of me is
fun.
like, if he's ever done with it, I'm saving all that crap. And when I'm old and I'm like 60, I'm like, I'm gonna build Lego, just
Dude,
build stuff.
Once my daughter starts getting it, I'm
man.
gonna get some Legos.
It's fun, dude. Like you might even like think like right now, like maybe I should buy some sets now.
She has some of those bigger blocks.
Oh, the
you know,
Duplo ones?
they're
Yeah.
they're very similar.
Yeah,
And she's like, "Oh, that's cool." Like loses interest after a few minutes, but
yeah.
I don't know.
My kids love it, dude. I like when they start building their own crap, dude. It's like, Dad, we're gonna make this, and so it's fun. Anyways, Lego Movie 2 was fun. There definitely was, that message in it. My kid leaned over to me, my older boy. He leaned over to me in the middle of the movie. He's all, "Dad, I think I'm supposed to play with Oliver more, huh?" So he got the message.
He's all convicted.
Yeah, he was. I was
we're
like, "That's
family."
right, man." So I would say go see Lego Movie. I'd like to go see some more movies. There's a lot of fun stuff. I want to see.
Dude, there's a lot of great stuff coming in like the next 3 to 4 months.
Oh, dude.
I am just
tons of stuff
beside
coming out.
myself right now.
So we got Captain Marvel. We got. Ooh, did we talk about Ghostbusters 3 at all? We did, huh?
No. I don't think we
didn't?
talked about the trailer.
What are you thinking? Because we love Ghostbusters here.
I don't want to
Let's
say
Go
it's
podcast.
Ghostbusters. I know it's gonna be Ghostbusters 3, quote unquote.
Yeah,
Man, I saw that trailer and I honestly kind of welled up a little bit just hearing that little little spooky like ooh,
like from the library.
first episode, like first minute of the first movie, and just seeing the little flash and then seeing Ecto 1 come up under the thing. I was just like, I'm sure I've missed a ton of things. There's like so many people dissecting every aspect of that trailer.
All it was like an old
or that
like
teaser
barn house, and then you're like,
so many people dissecting every aspect of that teaser right now, but like. Dude, it just it touched me because of all those elements they brought back that just weren't there in the other 2016 version or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
and everybody just is like losing their mind because even the director, Feig was like, "Oh my gosh, why didn't you like mine?" Like it's like,
did he say that?
I don't know. It felt like I saw a story or something of him like complaining about it or calling it sexism or something. It's just like, dude, it just wasn't good.
It wasn't good. Here's what I've said about Ghostbusters: Answer the Call, whatever you want to call it. Let's just say I don't have a problem with anybody that's in that movie except for Melissa McCarthy. She gives me anxiety. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Everyone else in that movie, I don't have a problem with.
Right.
And I'll even say Kate McKinnon was my favorite character.
Oh yeah, she was hilarious.
She was great. They had some cool weapons. Like they had some really cool Ghostbuster like weapons in there. Like towards the end. My issue with the movie is it would have been better if they tried to like connect it. Now I'm kind of glad they didn't because it was so terrible. Like they're like, oh man, like 30 years ago there was ghosts. Like we gotta make this happen again. But where Ghostbusters was great was that it felt like it was a real world with real people and something crazy, stupid, absurd happened. And they're like, there's ghosts. We're scientists. This movie was more about telling jokes. Like the Ghostbusters movie with what is called Answer the Call. That's what people call it.
Right.
That one felt like just really bad jokes, but set up in a Ghostbusters movie. That's what I felt like. Like Chris Hemsworth, who was funny in the movie.
Yeah.
But I was like if I had to compare him to anyone, like, so you get like Lewis in Ghostbusters, right?
Yeah.
But he wasn't there. He was just there are people that are like Lewis, like clueless, like, oh, okay, man.
Dude, Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis was so great.
I hope. I know he's like kind of, I don't want to say like retired or
he's kind of not doing movies anymore.
He's not doing movies. Like he had a lot of tragedy in his life. Like his wife died or something like that, which I get, like maybe not wanting to do, but man, I hope they get him. I hope they get Annie Potts back. Like bring them all back. Obviously, with the exception of Harold Ramis, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Much respect, much love.
Yeah.
If they don't put Ernie in it, I'm going to be.
Ernie's in it. Dude. I feel like he said he's in it.
But I'm straight up going to say if they do not, if they do not put him, better put him on the poster too. Give the guy some love, dude.
Yeah.
I love me some Ernie Hudson.
He's the Ghostbuster of the whole team. That's like. He's the every guy.
He's your working guy. He's your working class.
He's the blue collar guy. He's not the scientist.
If there's a steady paycheck in it, I'll believe anything you say.
Yeah, so give Ernie Hudson some love. But I think he said he's in it.
Okay, but I'm gonna riot if he's not.
I'm gonna riot too.
I'm straight up. I will protest it under principle.
But I also hope they bring some new people in. You know?
Yeah.
One of the rumors before was like
Next Generation
was like Seth Rogen and like who else? It was like Seth Rogen and oh gosh, what's her Eliza Dushku was supposed to be in it years ago.
Anyways,
but he says he's in though, dude. He says everyone's in it.
Okay,
that's what he said.
Well, that's good.
So that means Bill Murray's in it.
I wonder if they could do like CGI Harold Ramis.
I don't know if they would do that. I feel like they're just saying
that might be a little. Yeah, it might be a little much, but. Here's what would be interesting is find one new character and you have to cast him perfectly. But if you find like Harold Ramis's son.
Well, he's the one who
like Egon, bring in his son.
Gotcha.
Like, Egon's not here. He, tried to drill a hole through his head or whatever. Like, remember the first episode? Or the first movie?
Yeah.
He's like, that would have worked if you hadn't stopped me. Remember that time you tried to drill a hole through your...
Yeah. See, and that's the thing. Like it's a funny thing that's going on, but it's not like and he slipped and fell down on a banana peel or something like that. Like But yeah, dude, Hudson is in, dude. He says the whole crew's in there, and I'm excited.
Either way, I'm super beside myself. It's awesome. I can't
2020,
wait.
dude.
I know
Like,
summer
we
of
got some time.
2020. It seems like that's a year and a half away, but
Okay.
man, you can do it. And bringing in Jason Reitman as the writer is absolutely the best idea ever. What better legacy? Ivan Reitman, Jason Reitman. Just do it.
Who said he had a little cameo in part 2. He was always like against being a part of this, but I think he's like, I have an idea. Let's do it. And I'm like, great. Because I feel like Ghostbusters is one of those things. I think we live in this era of like things that we all love. Let's check it out again. And I had this idea, like, you know how there's like the reboot?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, we had the idea of the reboot of Back to the Future last episode.
that was terrible though. But we were like, things that don't need to be rebooted.
It did not go well, and it was a bad
Yeah.
idea.
But
my friend Lawrence actually made a suggestion that we didn't think of. He's like, how did you not think of blank for Doc Brown? And I'm totally drawing a blank at who it was right now.
Oh,
But-
no, you told me. I forget who it was.
And it was great, but crap. Anyways, but yes, continue on your
But I was gonna say,
original thought.
The reboot, how the reboot sometimes doesn't work. And like we've had some movies, like the current Halloween movie, they just rebooted kind of, but it's really a deboot. They deboot it. They send it back to the original universe.
Debrand, okay.
Let's forget like those other movies that didn't really work, or people like, let's just go back to the original. And this is kind of what they're doing with Ghostbusters. They're debooting it. Forget the one that came out. And I don't want to call it the female one, because it wasn't that it was females that didn't work. It just didn't work because it wasn't good. Like, we can have a female Ghostbuster. I'm all fine. I'm fine with that. It has nothing to do with that.
Right.
It has everything to do with it. It just wasn't a great story.
Right.
So deboot this thing to Ghostbusters 3 and let's make it happen, man. I'm excited. I can't wait to see everybody. The rumor before for Ghostbusters 3 was Bill Murray's a ghost. That makes so much sense. Because, he's kind of weird. He doesn't want to do everything. And I feel like that makes sense for me. If they did that, that would be great. But I'm super excited, dude. Super excited for this.
Me too. Oh, Michael Richards was his Doc Brown suggestion.
Oh, really?
I was like, I get it. Like the
Yeah.
Kramer, like the weird hair, like just kind of spazzy. So anyways, sorry.
Yeah.
That was a complete aside. But yes, I am super pumped for Ghostbusters. I'm super pumped for Captain Marvel. I am super pumped for Endgame. Like that trailer though, like I'm just like, oh man, this is going to be so epic.
Good stuff. Good stuff coming out.
I saw something on my Instagram feed for a movie called Tolkien. Are they doing like a J.R.R. Tolkien biopic? I don't know. I was confused. I watched the trailer without sound, and it kind of looked like a clash between Lord of the Rings. Maybe he was like thinking the ideas, and I don't know. But anyways, that looked interesting because I'm a total Lord of the Rings Hobbit nerd anyway.
I've never seen those movies, dude.
Dude, what?
I know.
All right. Well, you're going to have to pick like one of these days where it's raining and you're not going to leave the house. Watch the extended versions. Watch what Peter Jackson intended. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. Kelly, you got anything else?
I wanted to say that there was something else that I was
Damn.
going to talk about, but I'm drawing a
I
blank.
have one last thing.
Okay. One last thing.
I really want us to go to bar wrestling.
Bar.
You go to a bar and you're standing room only. There's a wrestling ring in the middle and you see people beat the crap out of each other.
Where is this?
There's one in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And I really want to do this. I think
Okay.
it'd be fun. Anyways,
I don't want to wrestle anybody.
no, well,
I'm not in the-
So
I'm
it got
not
me
a physical
thinking.
specimen.
That's funny you said
Okay.
it because it got me thinking. Like, let's, for the sake of this conversation, what if like they're like, all right, you guys got to wrestle. Like, I was like, I don't know if I can wrestle my friends. I'd feel like, are you okay, man? A lot of these actual like WWE wrestlers and stuff like that,
Yeah.
they're all like friends and stuff backstage. They're all probably hanging out. But I'm like, I would feel really bad. Like, let's say like we're wrestling, like you body slam me, I body slam you, and like, oh crap, I hurt Kelly's neck.
Okay. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Before we go, we have to come up with a contingency plan. If they do make us wrestle, A, who's going to win?
Okay.
Because you have to decide the victor first.
Yeah, you can win.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
I'm humble.
like the rest of it maybe will fall into place. Like
Yeah.
like we'll be tussling and I'll be like body slam.
Yeah.
And so
That's
you
what
like pick me up and just boom. Oh no!
You're like, no, that's not a body slam.
You just pile drivered me and broke my neck.
Oh crap! Yeah, like put a razor blade in your pocket so you can cut your face.
Oh, no.
There's always
No,
that.
no, no, no.
I remember watching a wrestling like a pay-per-view, and like you see the ref slide the Rock a blade, And then he does this like whoosh, right on his forehead. So they cut themselves like
What?
on their foreheads.
That's crazy.
And then Stone Cold gets this chair and beats him in the head. It just gets the blood going. So they get that red mask of just blood everywhere. So yeah, I saw it, dude. Like, because the Rock got the blade from the ref, and he put the blade in the front of his shorts.
Interesting.
And then he cut himself, and then they're just all bleeding.
Oh, Rock.
Yeah, oh, Rock. And then they got outlawed. Then they couldn't do blood for a little bit, and then I don't know. I forget. It goes back and forth. So.
Well, I'm sure.
The Rock.
It's like if you bleed too much in the MMA, I think they stop the fight.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah.
Just go watch some live bar wrestling.
All right.
Yeah, I was listening to the radio the other day, and these guys they were in where was the Super Bowl at again?
I don't know.
Somewhere
Super
Georgia.
Bowl
Let's
was
just
awful,
say it. Let's just say it.
Awful, by the way.
It was terrible. Let's just say Atlanta, right? And they said they were in this like bar, and the wrestling was taking place everywhere in the bar. Like people would follow them all the way into the bathroom and all this type of stuff. And like they said, it was really fun. So I was like, that would be a really fun thing to see and be a part of.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Super Bowl was awful.
I was going to say, can we talk like 2 minutes about the Super Bowl?
Sure. I mean,
I started watching after halftime.
Uh-huh.
So I missed the whole Adam Levine,
Oh gosh, it was bad,
Maroon
dude.
5. First of all, Maroon 5, why?
Yeah.
It's not like they're the band that's going to rewrite history. If they make it into, I'd be absolutely astounded if they made it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They are
Shouldn't.
not.
I'll protest. I'll
they're
protest.
they're
that.
not that caliber. I'm sorry. I don't care. Anyone, you can fight me, whatever. Maybe they wrote a good song or two. The first album, like production on it was phenomenal, but not the record. Yeah, just why? Second of all, dude, did he find out like 2 weeks in advance that he was going to be on the Super Bowl and went out and got just like picked Flash off the wall at a random tattoo parlor and was like, hey man, I want that. I want that. I want this. I want that. Dude, Adam Levine, your tattoos make no sense.
Yeah.
Please get them lasered off immediately. Why would you tattoo California across your stomach? I get being proud of where you're from. Dumb.
From
Sorry,
California,
bro.
dude.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah,
Nothing but respect. Laser your
bad.
tattoos off. They're
So
terrible.
a lot of it is a lot of people. There was a lot of pressure in the entertainment community not to be in the halftime show. A lot of people were like rallying with Colin Kaepernick, so they're like, "Don't play this, don't do this." Even Jay-Z was like telling Travis Scott, "Don't be a part of this show. Like we're trying to make a stand, whatever." He was there. It just didn't. Besides Maroon 5 just being lame, like they play. They're a Target band, dude. When you're buying stuff at Target, like I'm gonna get some mouthwash, toothpaste. Maroon 5 is playing. That's the type of band they are.
Right.
A few months ago, like even Adam Levine was just like, hard rock's dead. It's all about hip hop. Like no one's asked me to be a part of the hard rock, like the rock and roll party. I'm like, because you're not a rock and roll band, bro.
Yeah.
Go freaking listen to like all the bands we just talked about like 30 minutes ago. Go watch some, Rival Sons. There's a rock band. Like, wake up, bro. Anyways, the whole thing felt disconnected and it was weird. Like they're basically playing all their hits, and then Big Boy comes out from freaking Outkast. Like, where's freaking Andre 3000? Like, he's not even here, dude, because he knows this is garbage. Like, what's Big Boy doing?
Right.
I don't know. Like, maybe he's doing something.
He's still doing solo stuff. I actually heard
I'm not aware of it.
Another podcast
So he sucks.
that I enjoy called Song Exploder. They had a more recent track and episode by him, which is interesting.
Fair enough, dude.
Another kind of, I don't want to say associated act that wormhole back to music.
Yeah.
Run the Jewels, Killer Mike.
Yeah.
I heard an interview with him, and I was like, wow, he's a really well-read, intelligent guy. I never gave Run the Jewels a time of day.
Yeah.
Listen to that 3, their newest album. It was really good.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they redeemed a little hip-hop for me right now. Because
Run the Jewels is good. Like,
I
they're not
absolutely
mumble
hate
rap.
hip-hop. Yeah,
like,
right.
there's
There's actual skill and talent required there.
Yeah.
So anyways, sorry, back to, because
back
it was
to
a full
that.
circle, because he was talking in the interview about Big Boy and
Okay.
T.I. and like all these guys that he like grew up with in the scene that were really cool and humble dudes and whatever. Anyways,
Yeah. So
sorry.
Big Boy, it was just weird. And then
Okay.
Travis Scott, like, what the,
I didn't even watch the halftime show,
yeah,
but
it was
I've just
bad.
seen.
It just felt disjointed.
I've just seen photos.
It felt disjointed. Like, it didn't fit. Big Boy and Travis Scott didn't fit with what Maroon 5 was doing.
Right.
And then it was funny because Maroon 5 opens up, Homeboy's wearing a trench coat, and then he just keeps taking layers down for every song. And at one point, because I was at Matt Ritchie's house, I went over, I was like, he's going to take his shirt off, dude. Watch. And they're like, no, he won't. And he did. And it was like, dang, dude, you just called it. Like, it was such a douchey, like, dumb, like, bro move type of show. I don't know, man.
Right.
Everyone, I saw a lot of people on Twitter go, why don't they just ask Metallica? I'm like, okay, Metallica should play a halftime show.
That
Can you
would have
imagine?
been amazing.
That would have been just like fire and just like,
Give
I'll
me
watch
fuel,
that.
give me fire.
Dude, do that.
Dude.
Because I remember Chili Peppers played a few years ago. I don't always watch the Super Bowl. And I feel like they were lip singing.
It felt a little flat. I do remember that one.
remember that
See,
one?
okay, like Katy Perry, a huge spectacle. While not a huge fan of Katy Perry, that's a Super Bowl halftime show. That was like a show.
Did they have a show? Was it good?
Well, there was just like she got on this big crazy big crazy horse or whatever, during Dark Horse. It was a spectacle. It was something to be seen. The Chili Peppers one, I agree with, felt flat. It was just kind of like, okay, that's just them playing on a field.
Yeah.
I mean, going years back, Rolling Stones, they're just classic entertainers. You're like, okay, cool. Like Mick Jagger dancing around, whatever. I'm down.
Stop me.
But this was just, I watched it after the fact, but I didn't watch it live, and I was just like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
It was just boring. Yawn fest. And the game was a yawn fest, dude. Until the last quarter, I was like,
yeah, it was boring, dude. Hey, I won $150 though.
What?
Yeah, my nephew, he plays Little League, and they do these hey, buy a square and you can win something. And so it was, I didn't know how it worked. I just got things sent to me from my sister. It was all. So if it's the first quarter and the score is 0-0, you win. I'm like, oh, okay. It could have been 20-10. It could have been 100-100. If the 0 is the last number in the in the ones column,
right, I
win. And so I was like, oh shoot, I won $150. I was all excited. At first I told her, I was like, I got hosed. And she's like, no, it could be good because they may not score anything. And then second quarter, I'm like, oh shoot, they're still at 0. And then finally they scored. The Patriots scored. And I was like, I could have won $300. I was really excited.
Hey man.
So anyways.
150 is better than none.
Yeah, dude. So I was like, someone won that day.
There you go.
It was me.
And it was Justin.
I won Super Bowl, whatever it was. So, all right. Are you ready, buddy?
Yeah, I think we can wrap it up.
We can wrap this up. All right, man. Thank you all for listening.
Yes,
Again, this
thank
was
you.
The Let's Go podcast, pop culture without the pop. If you want to tell everybody, hey, man, I like the show, please head on over to the iTunes podcast store. Leave us a 5-star review. Write some great words. We will read those words on the store. I mean, on the show. I was thinking of the store.
We'll read them on the store.
I'm going to go on top of a store and read this aloud. I'll get a scroll. World, listen up to this review. So, yeah, please go do that. You can also head over to the www.letsgopodcast.com where you can check out this show and the Let's Go Comic Show and the Start Today Show and whatever other shows might be adding. What if you don't know?
Ooh.
You can be listening to this show in the future.
Yeah.
And like, oh, there's 7 other shows on this thing.
I've been dropping some thoughts to people. I'm like, hey man, you thinking about starting a podcast?
I'm just talking right now.
Maybe I want to listen.
I'm gonna put this out there. Maybe she'll hear this.
Okay.
So our friend Carly Beard,
oh,
she's been wanting to do a
snap.
podcast. She talked to me about it like
Girls
a year and a half
Talking
ago.
Sports.
Yes. And I hit her up and I was like, the name that we picked, I was like, someone kind of has that name. We better jump on this. So I'm actually going to talk to her tomorrow.
Okay.
So she was going to do a sports show.
I'm down.
Yeah. And I'm like, let's do it. I don't know about sports.
Not even ladies talking about sports. This girl knows her business. So she can hang with y'all.
So she's
sports fans.
Maybe that's going to come. We don't know. But anyways, you never know what show's going to pop up.
Nope. Never know.
That'll be on there. Please head over to the merch tab. Buy some merch.
Yeah.
To help support the show.
If you got music suggestions, beer suggestions.
Check it out.
We want to hear it.
Again, follow us on Instagram at Let's Go Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter as well. If you have a suggestion, email us at letsgocast@gmail.com.
Do we still have a Patreon, Justin?
We do have a Patreon. I was just getting to that. So if you go to that patreon.com/letsgopodcast, you can support the show. Help us because we want to make the show better, but we need help. This show is not free.
No.
But we like doing it. But we'd love for you to join in with us, and we'll send you some stuff. And right now, Cindy, the intern, is working diligently to help make things better.
Best.
So if you see anything visually, oh, that's cool. Cindy's been helping to put stuff together and planning and be awesome. So help us make the show better. Join us. Throw down a couple bucks. I know we have that $20 tier. If you're able to give $20, that's amazing. Thank you. We'll buy you a taco and send you a t-shirt. But if you're like, I'll just throw down $2, $3, $1, I don't care. Dude, if everyone who listens to this show just threw down $1, we'll be able to do some great stuff. So that's all I'm saying. So we appreciate you that do give. But if you ain't currently, jump on board.
Maybe consider it.
Yeah, consider it. Anyways, that being said, my name is Justin.
My name is Kelly.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let